Hi, this is Trevor, and welcome back to our weekly tarot card video. Today is Friday, March, I always have to look at the calendar, March the 20th, and I'm coming to you from my reading studio at 161 Stafford here in Winnipeg. And I have the cards that we have not covered, the cards we've covered are set aside, and you'll find those videos here on this YouTube channel, as well as on my website at trevorsense.com. And that's also where you'll find information about how to book an appointment with me. So I'm shuffling the cards, and let's see. Oh, a challenging card, the Five of Pentacles. And all of the fives have in common this sense of some disruption. And one of the things you've heard me say in some of the other videos is we kind of look at what the numbers have in common. There is a kind of fourness and threeness and fiveness that we can recognize. And I also like to look at the positions in a very popular layout of the cards called the Celtic Cross. And fours, just like the four sides to a square, have to do with a foundation, right? And fives are where something has to kind of move beyond that foundation. So there's some disruption that can be going on. And then we look at the particular element. We look at that number, energy, and we look at how it's translating through that element, those four elements of earth, water, fire, and air. So in the Five of Pentacles, we're seeing some hardship. And we've got these two figures that are outside in the snow. And the male figure with the crutches, he's got a bell around his neck. And they used to put them on lepers so you could hear them coming and get out of the way. And the figure in front of him, I think in some ways she's sort of like his handler, you know. And it's significant that they're walking past this, looks like a church window, and that has five pentacles in it. And actually they are positioned in part of the tree of life, the Kabbalah, which you see on the Ten of Pentacles. You see the entire tree. And in the Ten of Pentacles, there is this sense of sharing, there's this sense of abundance. But this is a card of hardship. This is a card of poverty. And they're walking right past that window. It's like they're kind of disconnected. It's the upper five spheres of the Kabbalah, but there's a disconnect from the lower ones. So it sometimes is that feeling of, oh, I'd like to be, well, but I'm not there, which is like saying, I'm not buff, so I can't go to the gym, or I'm not healthy enough to go and see a practitioner, or I'm not smart enough to take a course. So there's that feeling of disconnect. Now, I had some great personal experience that helped me to understand the Five of Pentacles, because I used to say, in terms of this card, I used to like that saying, if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, and if you teach him how to fish, he eats forever. And then I got around some work in an adult learning situation, and a friend of mine who teaches heard that expression one time, and he said, well, actually, it's kind of hard to teach a starving person anything. They can't concentrate. So you have to give him a fish, and while he's eating it, say, want to know where to get more, and encourage that person to share that knowledge with other people. And I looked at that, and I recognized here's somebody who has that ability to be generous and to empower. So we're not just giving out the fish and keeping somebody needy, but showing them how to fish and encouraging them to show others. And I think that that's part of how we can work with that sense of connection, to move beyond just approaching the surface of a problem or a difficulty and bringing through very real resource. So Five of Pentacles is challenging. We want to help others, but we don't want them just leaning on us. As long as this fellow kind of has that figure in front of him, he may not be seeing the options or the choices that exist on another level. So we want to be helpful to people, but in a way where we're also able to say, if I'm not around, what's there for them? And that's where we can start bringing through a connection to very real resources and helping that person to kind of understand and work with their need and to move forward. So that's just some random thoughts around a challenging card, the Five of Pentacles. I look forward to sharing more with you next week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. This weekend, incidentally, there's an interesting event going on around one of my favorite places, the Hotel Fort Garry in Winnipeg. Beautiful old historic building. And the event is the Spirit Seekers Conference. And actually, I will be there on Sunday doing some readings. If you're in the area, do stop by. It should be an interesting day. And they've got events going on all weekend. So we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Again, if you're interested in my appointment structure or more information or finding these videos, you can get all that on my website at trevorsense.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.